All right. Let us look at this subject. Take a look at this subject. The where we can find wisdom. Where can we find wisdom? Where can we find wisdom? We need wisdom, right? Like, we need wisdom. Seriously, we need wisdom. And we need wisdom abundantly. We need wisdom abundantly. When the mind is not working, it is the body that suffers. When the mind is not working, it is the body that suffers. So it has become imperative, like it has become a must. It has become a must that we that are young, we that are growing, we that are young adults, growing to take over from the older generations, we get to know and to have and to apply wisdom in our lives. And so tonight, let's find out. And I'm just going to pick one chapter, a few verses in that chapter, and I want us to take a look at that. And have a look at where we can find wisdom. The Bible has said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, which is 100% true. When we fear that there is an account we need to give, when we fear there is somebody that we need to answer to, whatever that we do, right? We need to apply prudence. We need to apply wisdom to it. So the Bible is true, like it is true. It is in the right way, in the right sense. It says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. When we fear that there is a higher authority above you, an authority, a power that will demand answers, accountability from you, then you will be filled with wisdom, because whatever step that you will take, you will have it at the back of your mind that I have to give account. I have to give account to someone at the end of it all. And so somebody will be asking themselves that, how would I find wisdom? Why? How would I be able to apply? We are not talking about application of wisdom, bro. Where can I find wisdom as a young man? Where can I locate wisdom as a young woman growing up? Where do I need wisdom? If you are telling me that we need to apply wisdom, because if wisdom is not at work, we suffer. There is always an abuse. There is always, I would say that there is always a cost 90 job, a zero job, zero benefit we receive from some of the things that we find ourselves doing, or some of the struggles we find ourselves in, because wisdom is not at work. So scripture says that lack of knowledge, my people perish. We know that wisdom is the application of knowledge. When we have been able to master knowledge and we apply, that is what is called wisdom, right? That is what is called wisdom, right? So anybody who is wise is somebody who is knowledgeable, and not only knowledgeable, that man, that individual, that person has mastered how to rightly manipulate knowledge to get something, to get to his destination, how to use and rightly manipulate knowledge to get the desired result that he or she is looking for. And that the end of it all is not to be a disadvantage to humanity. The end of it all is to be an advantage to the person who applies it and to the people that surrounds him or her. So wisdom is truly not wisdom when it damages the lives of others, right? Okay, so I want us to take a look at the book of Proverbs chapter 8, verse 1. I think we'll do two verses under, 2 or 3 verses under. This will give us the platform. This will introduce us to the places where we can find wisdom, because wisdom is something which is not abstract. Wisdom is something which is not absent, that you need to go and tap into it from an unknown place, a mysterious place, and bring it into your life. After reading this part of scripture, the book of Proverbs 8, you will understand, or we will all come to this conclusion, that wisdom surrounds us all. Wisdom can be found all around us. So I want to read from the book of Proverbs. My translation is the Amplified Version, just as you can see here on the screen. It says, "Does not wisdom call, and understanding lift up her voice?" So even before we go on to where can I find wisdom, where we can find wisdom to use them, to apply them in our lives, the first place, the first verse is the key to unlocking where we can find wisdom. You need to know the attribute of wisdom. You need to know the nature of wisdom. This might not be all the attributes on the nature of wisdom, but it is one of the important attributes of wisdom. Let us take a look at the first one. It says, "Does not wisdom call?" Right? Does not wisdom call? It means that wisdom is always calling. Right? Does not wisdom call? Wisdom calls. And the attribute of wisdom, one attribute of wisdom is that wisdom is always calling unto the sons of men. Wisdom always wants someone to apply it. Like wisdom yearns for its own application. She yearns for it, right? She yearns for it. And he says that an understanding lifts up her voice. An understanding lifts up her voice. So you can see that the I think the representation of wisdom and understanding, right, is okay. Before we even get there, I want us to look at this before we even move on to what I want to tackle. It says, "An understanding lift up a voice." It means that as wisdom is calling, understanding calls and cries along with it. Do you get it? As wisdom is calling, understanding calls and cries along with it. So wisdom does not yearn for men alone. Wisdom comes with a lot. Wisdom comes with understanding. Wisdom comes with understanding. There is not a place you would find wisdom that you wouldn't find understanding there. Because wisdom doesn't want to be a mystery to men. Wisdom wants to be understood. Do you get it? Wisdom wants to be understood. And therefore, if wisdom is coming and is calling, and its voice is always on top, then always loud and shouting and calling unto men, then you need to understand that wisdom is not only calling unto men to keep them in a mysterious place. Wisdom comes along with understanding, because wisdom, in as much as it is calling for you, it is yearning for you, it is yearning for your company, it is yearning for your attention, he comes along with understanding. He says, this is me, wisdom. For you to be able to walk with me, I want to walk with you, right? I yearn for your presence. I yearn for your intimacy. I really want to move with you. But for you to be able to walk with me, I will give you this and this and this for you to be able to walk with me. I want you to understand me. I want you to be able to relate with me. Therefore, I come along with understanding. So wisdom cometh along with understanding. And he says that what? And he says that what? On the top of the heights, beside the way where the paths meet, wisdom takes her stand. Right? Now, let's read the next verse. He says that besides the gates, at the entrance to the city, at the entrance of the doors, she cries out. Verse 4, to you, O men, I call, and my voice is directed to the sons of men. So let us take these 4 verses, right? Let us take these 4 verses before we even continue, probably in another part or in another at another time. Let us take these 4. He says what? Where does not wisdom call? Let me start from the verse 1 again. And understanding lift up a voice. Verse 2 says that on the top of the height beside the way where the path meets, wisdom takes a stand. So wisdom is trying to tell you that I am wisdom, and this is where you can find me. Where path meets, I, wisdom, can be found within or on the way. So you need to just understand this, that whatever can be classified under the name path, under the name a way, wisdom takes her stand there. So now, if the verse is telling us this, then let us think about this. Let us go straight and then begin to think and ponder over this. Now, wisdom is telling me that where path meets, I, wisdom, take my stand. On the top of the heights, beside the way, I, wisdom, I take my stand. I, wisdom, I take my stand. So you just need to understand. You just need to understand